So in this video, we're going to make a swinging bridge so your character kind of jumps on moving platforms. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do then is start a new scene. So if you click on the button that says 2D scene, and I'm on the empties at the moment. So if you haven't got this open, obviously go to scene and then new scene from here. But I'm just going to click on the 2D scene. Now from here, I'm just going to call it swinging bridge. And then I'm just going to save it. So scene, save scene. Make sure it's called swing bridge. Make sure it goes into the correct folder and press save. So the next thing we need to do then is import an image. So I have an image set up. So it's this one here, just some bridge logs, and I'll leave this in the Google Classroom. So let's go into our images folder, just select this. And I'm just going to drop it into the images folder. And there it is there. So that's the one we're going to use. So I'm just going to drag this onto the stage. And then I'm just going to drag another one on as well. And the idea here is I want two that are really close together. Let's just do that now. Let's get them as close together. And I'm just using the left arrows as well, just to make sure they kind of line up and just make it a bit closer. There we go. That should do it. Notice the way that they actually belong to each other, and we kind of want this, okay? So the next thing that we're going to do then is we're going to connect it to a kinematic body 2D. Now the kinematic body 2D allows us to stand on the platform, okay? If you use any other kind of static body or something like that, your player will actually move around. So it's the kinematic body that we're going to use. So for this, I'm going to select this bridge log, come up to the plus button, and then type in kinematic body. And I've already started that here. So kinematic body 2D is the one we want, not the red one. That's for the 3D. It's this 2D version we want. And then press create. And then inside of here, we want a collision shape 2D. So once again, click the plus button. Make sure you've got the kinematic body selected. And we want collision shape 2D. And create. Okay. So now we've got this. We just need to add a shape. So from collision shape 2D, we're just going to come up to where it says shape, and I'm going to add a rectangle. Now this is the area that the player is going to end up standing on. So I'm not going to put it over the end. So if he kind of stands here, he's going to roll off. It's kind of what I want here. So there's going to be a little bit of a gap at either end. So if they do end up going too far, it will actually just fall off. Now the next thing we need to do is just make sure we lock all of these parts together. So I'm just going to click on this top node, and then I'm going to come over to this button here and just lock them all together so that when I'm animating in just a moment, they all stick together, okay? So the next thing we need to do then is have it moving. So we've got this, and we're just going to do a slight movement. So I'm going to select the bridge swing right at the top here. I'm going to go to animation player. So let me just type that in. And there it is there, so animation player. So just double click on this to get it started, and we have our animation player. So now we've got this selected, you'll notice that the animation player down the bottom appears. So if we click on the word that says animation and say new, and we're just going to say bridge swing. Okay, and then press OK. Now the animation I'm going to make 2 seconds long, so I'm going to come over to here and change it to 2 seconds and click away. I'm going to turn this button on here that says auto play on load, and I'm also going to turn on this button here that says animation loop or loop animation. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to animate this top bridge here, and it should animate everything below it, okay? So we don't want to do the top. If we do the top one, it will always stick in one position. That's why I'm choosing this element here. So if we come down to the transform, and we just want to key this in to start off with at the very beginning. So we'll move our playhead back to 0. We'll click on the key button and we'll say create. And that's going to be the actual position that we want. So then we're going to move to 1 second, and I'm going to move this to about 150. So it's going to say 150 and then press enter. And you can see it's just moved from there to there, okay? And then we're just going to press the key to fix in the keyframe. And then I'm going to move it to 2 seconds. And then because it's already moved back into the position I want, so it's just going to be backwards and forwards, I'm just going to press the keyframe again, okay? Just to make sure we've got it. Now, if we just press play on this, you should see that we've got this backwards and forwards motion on our moving bridge. So let's just save all scenes. So now let's go ahead and add this to our level 1. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm going to open up level 1. I don't need the animation player anymore. And I'm just going to drop the moving log in here. So I want it to move over this bit here, okay? So select where it says level 1. Click on the link button. So this link button here. And then find the moving bridge. So it's swinging bridge, sorry. Okay, and then press open. So you can see initially it's just put itself here. So let's just move it somewhere like this, okay? And then I'm probably just going to duplicate it. So Control D to duplicate and then move the next one over here. You know, at the moment they do move the same way, which will probably look a little bit weird, but if you wanted them to move different ways, obviously you could create another swinging bridge and animate it slightly different. So let's save all scenes, and all being well, we should be able to stand on our moving bridges. So here we are, let's move along. Oh. So let's just try and jump on that platform, there we go. There we go, and then we got to the other side. Now there is one slight problem with this. Let me just play that again, and what you'll find is that at the moment, if I don't quite jump on the bridge but I jump underneath it, I'll actually hit my head. So let's just demo this, let's watch. Yeah, so actual fact, we want to pass through that bridge, so we actually land on top of it like this, okay? So there is one more thing that we need to do. So let's go back to the swinging bridge scene. So if you haven't already got it open, it's here, and just double click. I've already got mine open. Now we're going to go to the collision shape 2D, which is what's making us bang our head, and we're just going to turn on this one-way collision. So press on. Now when we go back to level 1, let's just make sure we save all scenes. When we go back to level 1 and try that again, hopefully now we should be able to pass through that without banging our head. So it's up to you whether you want to bang your head or not, but now you can see we can actually pass straight through it, and actually made it slightly more complex, but actually that's what you want. You want to be able to land on it, but you want to be able to pass through it. So if you're doing like a Donkey Kong game, it can kind of, you know, work in your favor. You can keep jumping up higher or whatever. Alright, so there we have it. We have moving bridges, nice and simple, and you can obviously do more complex. So you can have them going up and down if you want to, or you can have them swinging side to side. You know, if you want to make your animation more complex than what mine is, you absolutely can do that. So have a go at that, and I'll see you in the next one.